Shalom, with the Israelite School, University of Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Commander General Honor. We teach that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian are the 12 lost tribes according to the Bible. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Muslim mosque, or Christian organization, man. This is the home of the truth.
That's right.
Today's topic is slave breeding in America. And we're going to take the veil off the ignorance today, you know, because understand Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man and woman is more to slavery other than picking cotton and picking oranges. It's more to slavery other, you know, besides hanging from a tree, you know, and things of that nature. These people bred us like cattle, like we two pit bulls. And if you're a real Black person who grew up in the hood, you know how serious and sacred pit bulls is to us Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. You know that selling pit bulls $700, $800, $2,500 a pit bull. But the same way those pit bulls go through that, we went through that as humans. And not only was we just going through it, when we were being bred, it wasn't just among a man to another female. Sometimes it was incest. Trust me, and I know it sounds crazy. Black people, we don't do that. But you have to understand the beast that we're under, the oppressor. Everybody know Hillbilly Hicks lay up with their cousins. I mean, that's just one of the old school Black jokes that we got.
Right.
You sleep with your cousin.
Right.
Or you sleep with your sister. You know what I mean? That's just one of the jokes. But can I get John 8:32?
Cons.
Yeah, we gotta lift the veil off ignorance, man. Because do mind, even if we just got out of slavery, but slave breeding was just last week.
Right.
I mean, in 1808, that's when they started slave breeding us. Go ahead. Oh,
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Now, is a Facebook post that's going viral saying, how can you be with the same, just paraphrase, how can you be with the same person who would have sold you into slavery? You know, and that goes, that's a widespread, you know, Black man, white woman, Black woman, you know what I'm saying, XYZ, as long as white is incorporated into it. But the truth is, believe it or not, those same people that you choose to want to love and be around, those same oppressors that sisters lay in the bed with and they're now considered bed wenches, those oppressors is the same ones that would have had you sleeping with your mother,
right,
or your father doing what he doing to you, or maybe your brother and your sister, or your own son doing it to you. And like you said, that whole buck breaking and bull breaking, that was a form of breeding too. And it wasn't just to let the whole village know what's going on. They specifically went and took the youth males, and brought them around when they were buck breaking that man to humiliate him. And not only humiliate him, instill fear into the younger ones. So we hear this whole thing, the mother brought the kid. No, they stripped the child up from the mother and forced them to watch. And you know what the Black man did after that happened? He was so humiliated and demasculated. Most of the time, in most cases, he committed suicide. We got horror movies with Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men getting sexually abused. Right. Sexually abused, and they start taking drugs. You know what I'm saying? They be promiscuous and all this other stuff. Right. So you go ahead.
Verse 33. They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and we're never in bondage to any man.
We're never in bondage to any man. But you know, when we look at it, no, Slot, just keep reading. Let him get it off.
How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? Verse 34. Yahushua answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committed sin is the servant of sin.
Okay, we cut that. So, we cut that. So you should know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The Christian church wouldn't tell you what the truth is. And believe it or not, the Christian church is the mark of the beast. Man. Right. The Christian church, where were we at? Where were we at? So like
John 8:32.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. The Christian church is nothing but another form of breeding farm. Right. Maybe y'all not laying with each other, in a homosexual way, but when they say come as you are, God love everybody. You can sell drugs. You can do drugs. You can do whatever you got to do to make ends meet. Leave that man. Go have 100 women and don't take care of them.
Right.
That's what Christianity. That ain't nothing but another breeding farm.
Right.
It's just the fact that nobody's physically being forced to do it.
Right.
But you know, Christianity do. They make you feel good and say, you know what? Go ahead and eat that pork this one time.
Right.
And now they breeding somebody else who's gonna be rebellious unto the Lord.
Right.
So we're gonna pour the art. I mean, if you want to read it, you could. I mean, what do you?
What you got out?
Really, I know we get close.
Read this first part right here. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, you can
slave breeding.
Yeah, you can just run through it.
God. Slave breeding was the practice enslaved systematically forced the reproduction of slaves to increase their profits. It included coerced sexual relations between male slaves and women or girls.
So it's male slaves. It doesn't matter if you're 45 years old, sleeping with a 13-year-old woman, which we all know that story. Grandmama got married and had kids at 12, 13, 14 years old.
Right.
There's a bunch of us in the black and brown community that actually heard that story. Maybe if not twice, we heard it once.
Right.
Go ahead.
Forced pregnancies of female slaves and favoring women or young girls who could produce a relatively large number of children. The objective was to increase the number of slaves without incurring the cost of purchase and to fill labor shortages caused by the abolition of the Atlantic slave trade.
Okay, so now this is in 1808, the season of the international slave trade, meaning transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
And America was no longer allowed to have people coming from West Africa, you know, the Hebrews and whatever amount of Africans y'all want to say, to be able to come back over. So what they did, so since they couldn't smuggle slaves in, they just start forcing them to breed together.
Right.
That way, that's the gray area that America allow you to, you know, be in when it comes to their law. Mm-hmm. Everybody know the white collars. You know, everybody know Donald Trump. They know how to get off from paying taxes and doing this and doing that. Mm-hmm. And that's just another form of how can I get off without being fined? How can I get off without being charged? Mm-hmm. Or they're deducting my funds every year. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
This is it on that. Do you want me to go on the historical context? How you?
Yeah.
Historical.
Mm-hmm.
The laws that ultimately abolished the Atlantic slave trade came about as a result of the efforts of British abolitionists, Christian groups such as Society of Friends, known as Quakers, and evangelicals, led by William Wilberforce.
I think it might be the next tab.
Slave accounts. In the antebellum years, numerous escaped slaves wrote about their experiences in books called slave narratives. Many recounted that at least a portion of slave owners continuously interfered in the sexual lives of their slaves, usually the women.
So I can have a wife, and you know what the oppressor do? The oppressor could just walk in my cabin with all my children right here eating at the table and snatch my wife up by her hair. And then, and you know, once the slave master take your wife, everybody, they know what happened. You know, she come back weep in the morning, and guess what the father in the household is? He furious. He angry. Like it's to the point he's so upset he can't even comfort his wife when she come back home because he wants to harm the oppressor. He wants to harm the slave owner.
Right.
And think about what the daughter and what the son does. I mean, scene. The daughter is in fear because she knows she next one day.
Right.
And also when it comes to the son, I mean, just son and the mother. You touch my mom, it's gonna be like that.
Right.
You know. Go ahead.
Yeah. The slave narratives also testified that slave women were subjected to rape, sexual abuse, arranged marriages, forced matings, sexual violation by masters.
So, sexual abusing, forced mating, what was it? Arranged marriages.
Right. Sexual violations of by masters.
By master. By the master. You could be cooking in your kitchen right now and he'll grope you. You know, just grab you by your box. That's what was going on. Go ahead.
Their sons or overseers and other forms of abuse.
So the oppressor can do what he want to do to you, and the next day he can know his son is about to go do it to you too. And guess what happened? It's just like today. When you growing up in the hood,
right,
and you working hard, you can't even get a job at McDonald's. But every time you go to high school, you see the white boy over there with the brand new truck,
right,
and the girl with the brand new Mercedes, and you looking at it like, how the hell do they get this?
Right.
Because the slave master provided that for their child off the backs of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian.
Right.
The same way with the scripture. The slave master gonna do what he want to do. Meanwhile, the son is gonna do what he want to do.
Right.
Off the back of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman. Go ahead.
Systematic breeding of slaves often forced incest upon slave families.
Oh, here you go.
Slaves were given hoods or bags over their heads to keep them from knowing who they were having forced sex with. It could be someone they know, perhaps a niece, aunt, sister, or their own mother.
So, God War put me on a few days ago. So where the whole terminology "motherfucker" come from, Slovakia, excuse me, part of my language.
Right.
That's where the terminology come from. And I mean, they put a bag over your head. So slaves, a bag or towel, whatever, over your head. So the woman being penetrated and the man that's doing the penetration wouldn't know who is who. That meaning, if they put a bag over a son's head and they put a bag over his grandma's head, when that bag get pulled off, nobody's going to know what happened to them.
Right.
So just think about how traumatizing it really is to know that I just got sexually abused. And my son is in here too, and he did something, but who done it? So y'all got to sit here and deal with it together, but y'all don't even know who done it. Meanwhile, the devil, he convinced you and he had you do what you was doing. Just put it like that.
Right.
Good.
The breeders only wanted a child that could be sold. This disturbing practice naturally broke the psyche of slave families, as this forced incest tainted the boundaries they kept with family.
Now, when they say only children that could be sold, and I was looking down the list on, and a few of the qualities that they look at is whether he's physically strong, physically fit, strong, his height plays a big factor, the muscle build and endurance. And also, when it comes to the fair-skinned slaves, they were more acceptable for slave masters.
Right.
So I mean that was kind of hard for me to understand too, but it is the eye that they see, okay, this is a light-skinned brother. So he's more, we want him more because he's almost pale, but he's still a nigga. Excuse my language, he's still black. Go ahead.
The historian E. Franklin Frazier, in his book, The Negro Family, stated that there were masters who, without any regard for the preferences of their slaves, made it their human cattle as they did their stock.
Human cattle, just like stock. You have horses that got to do work out in the yard, cows doing work out in the yard. I mean, what else animals do? Pigs got their little work they got to do out there in the yard. And Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you are a cattle, just like the animals was. That's it. And believe it or not, a lot of the slaves that aren't spoke about when it comes to a breed farm,
right?
A lot of them slaves aren't go out here and pick oranges and pick cotton. A lot of those slaves are strictly just for breeding.
Right.
And it was a Brazilian brother, which I'll get into it. This brother had over 246 kids out of Brazil. And a lot of them can trace their lineage back to their father. Back to him. Any more on that? The next tab?
Yeah, I got a little more. Ex-slave Maggie Stenhouse remarked, during slavery, there were stockmen. They was weighed and tested. A man would rent the stockman and put him in a room with some young women he wanted to raise children from.
That's what we do to pit bulls today.
Right.
We do that with horses on ranches.
Right.
The terminology tie up. When a dog goes in heat, the 2 times she goes in heat out the year, we get a male pit bull, throw them in the same cage, throw them in the same room, and let them do whatever they gonna do, and then we come and pull them apart. Just like with a horse, the cowboy or whatever they call him, he dragged the horse over here by the little rope. Well, I don't know the terminology, but drag the horse over here to the female horse and make him mount her. Right. When they done, they pull them apart. Right. That's the same thing. Put a grown ass man in there with a bunch of young girls, right? And just let him have a free fall. Right. Knowing damn well he didn't want to do it. I know he didn't. Right. But he just knew that was his job, or he would have been unalive.
Right.
Go ahead.
Salakia. Let me see. You want to go into the dynamics? You want to go through all this? It's lucky.
I don't think I need all that.
Okay. Well, they got the tag of dynamics, and that'll be the last tag.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay.
So, can I get Deuteronomy 28 and 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. You said 32.
32, come.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing.
So our people will be given into another people, and our eyes are going to be looking and longing.
For them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
And there is nothing we could have done in 1808, all the way up until they abolished slavery. There was nothing we can do. Nothing, not even as a man. As a man, we like women.
Right.
But as a man back then, you couldn't even say you didn't want to sleep with a woman without getting your head cut off. Period. With a woman, she had to give up all her innocence. And we was given to another people. And I mean, just think what type of person you have to be to force somebody to take somebody else's innocence. You know what I'm saying? Who takes everybody? What kind of man can take another man's innocence? A grown man at that. You got to be some form of a beast, man. And this is the oppressor that we up under.
Right.
We have to understand. As long as we keep following these people, we're going to continue to be in the hell.
Right.
We're going to continue to suffer. We're going to continue to and be unalive the way we are. Because the oppressor, he has no dignity nor any remorse for us, and he really don't even give a damn about his own people.
Right.
They only stick together when it comes to black and brown.
Right.
That's involved. Any more in there?
La.
So our people are going to sit here and mourn. We're going to be longer, and there will be no might in our hand.
Right.
I'm definitely about to get this Thomas Jefferson joy. I thought I had all my links together. You got anything out more?
No, I mean, what you're bringing out is heavy because, I mean, if you think about it, man, we of course, like you said, with the pit bulls, how we take on their, everything that they do, man. Like, man, the lengths that he went,
right?
You know what I'm saying, to destroy us, like, it was nothing that he wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? This damn oppressor, man. That's why he is the devil. The Bible speaks of, because listen, man, this is a real devil we up under. This is a real devil that don't give a damn about the old or the young and none of that. So it's real heavy what you bringing out right now.
All right, well, it's just gonna be precept, but this little look for this article gonna be crazy. Never mind, I just found it.
Yeah, man.
And again, yeah, I ain't worried about it. All right, so I'm gonna just do this whole who, what, where, and why. So the two largest breeding farms was in Richmond, Virginia, and Maryland East Shore. In I'm all tongue-tied, Salaki, y'all. Yeah, so these are the two biggest slave farms. Can I get Revelation 17:1 about this? Right? These were the two biggest slave farms. And when it comes to Thomas Jefferson, a lot of people, they hear this little story about Thomas Jefferson had a slave that he was in love with. Well, it's true. And she was 14 years old, and her name is by Sally Heming. And she was a slave breeder. She had 6 kids, but 4 of them was Thomas Jefferson's. So let me sidebar real quick. So if Thomas Jefferson was an Edomite or, an oppressor, a Caucasian, and he got one of our sisters pregnant, not one sister should ever come out their damn mouth and say, black men need to take care of their kids. Black men need to do this. Black men need to do that. Because by the looks of it and how it is, a lot of those slave masters left their goddamn kids in the cotton field. Right. That's what they did because of skin complexion. So when it comes to saying, oh, black men don't do this, black men need to do this, child support and all that, understand the oppressor got a lot more kids out here than what you expect. Right. But what the hell is the oppressor doing for his? Right. Only you ain't getting no benefit. It's because you're black, because you're brown. Come on. So back to Sally Heming, she's a slave breeder. She had 6 kids. 4 of them was Thomas Jefferson, and he was 44 years old at this time, and he was a lover. His lover. Right. Explain that. And obviously, this sister right here was a victim of sexual battery and Stockholm syndrome. And Stockholm syndrome, if y'all don't know, Stockholm syndrome is basically knowing the abuser is abusing you, but you still love and stand up for the abuser. That's all it is. So, let me see. Keep going. You got that, Bob Pajama?
You said 17:1.
Exodus 3 and 7.
Exodus 3. I think it said Revelation. You said 3 and 7. No sweat.
Come on. Oh, sloppy. I did. I went too far. I mean,
Okay.
it's either or. I can jump on both.
Okay. Which one you want first?
Which one you got right now?
3 and 7. I got both of them right now.
All right, let me get 3 and 7.
The book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 7. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters.
So the Lord heard our cries when it come to Egypt. And if you know biblical scripture, the modern day Egypt is America right now.
Right.
America take all the customs from every great kingdom and then they conjoin it together. So the Lord hears our cry from our taskmaster. Keep going.
For I know their sorrows. Verse 8.
So the taskmaster is just a slave master, somebody who orders to go pick cotton. You know what I'm saying? Cut your beard, cut your dreads. You know, pull your pants up, tuck your shirt in when you come in here.
Right.
Put your chin, you know what I'm saying? When you go to the military, cut your hair off. We all gonna look alike.
Right.
That's just your taskmaster, man.
Right.
I mean, period. Your boss is a taskmaster.
Right.
Anybody who has the authority over you that you know you have to go through is a taskmaster. Is a slave master. Period. We still slave. For the Christian that say, oh, we're free, no, the hell we not.
Right.
Because if we're free, me and his brothers do not have to be in here every goddamn day, every week.
Right.
Period.
Right.
We are still captive in this is what piss hole called America.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land and a large.
So at that time, you know, we came out of Egypt, and Pharaoh didn't want to listen to Moses when he said, let my people go. So the Lord was just going to show his wrath. And the Lord said he was going to bring us to a new land.
Right.
But guess what? We don't even know what the new land is now. We in America, and we still enslaved.
Right.
So we still yet have not seen that new land, that
Right.
fresh land that's for us. Go ahead. Oh, I believe that might be it. Go ahead.
Let me finish verse 8. And it says, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, and
Go ahead.
unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
So we ain't seen the land of milk and honey.
Right.
And if you know milk and honey, you know it's. And when I say riches, I'm not talking about money.
Right.
I'm saying, but the rich, the pureness of whatever.
Right.
We ain't seen that land yet. So, can I get that Revelation 7:1?
The book of Revelations, chapter 7. The 7 verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God.
This is Revelation 17:1.
7, no, that was 7. Slocky.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Slocky.
Good night. I was about to say, where my class
Going in, huh? Salakia. The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
So the whore that sit on many water is that same Statue of Liberty that's over in New York.
Right.
That's the whore that sits on many water. In America, this is the whore, period. This is the whore. And when we say the whore, a whore is somebody who just indulges in everything.
Right.
You can be an attention whore, you can be a bedroom whore, you can be a whore hoarding.
Right.
In America creates and they just basically create and breed whores.
Right.
That's where the Christian church come in at. That's where all these different belief systems and all these people from all over the world come to America and say this is the American dream.
Right.
You got Arab women that know damn well if they overseas and they even show their ankle, their head get, decapitated.
Right.
And then they come over here, you would have thought they was American. Ass out.
Right.
I mean, African Hamites live over there. They come over here and slut our sisters out.
Right.
America says it's okay. But you know what you better not do? You better not do it to a white woman.
Right.
That's what you better not do.
Right.
You better not do it to a white man. Because the Lord said if anybody harms that white Esau, you know what I'm saying, their destruction is gonna be sevenfold. Seven times seven.
Damn right.
Pure point blank. So for the fake Israelites that feel as if we need to go out here and do exactly what they did, since they like to sexually abuse women, if you do that to Esau child, you're not even going to just rot in prison. It's going to be a lot more than that.
Right.
A lot more. Go ahead.
Verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth had committed fornication.
The kings of the earth. We know Esau got his land. Ham got his Africans got their land.
Right.
Chinese, Japanese, Samoans, everybody got their land. Everybody got their gold. Everybody got their wife. Go ahead.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
So when it says drunk, it's not literally saying drunk, but you know, if you a drinker or if you ever drunk before, you already know if you my bad Salak.
No, go ahead.
I gotta get it out. So if you're a drinker or you know somebody who drunk before, you know after a while they verbs start getting slurred. You know, then their body follows after. Then they can't drive. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you just can't do when you get drunk.
Right.
But drinking in this context is speaking on behalf of the unlawfulness that America allows you to indulge in. They say it's okay to smoke a little weed and be free and be promiscuous and love who you want to love. But the scripture don't say that.
Right.
But the Christians, they are drunk on that whores. What? Say that piece again.
God. It said, with whom the kings of the earth had committed fornication, and in the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
So the world is being, the earth is drunk with her fornication. Everything that America say that's okay, and everybody listen to America. Everybody, every country listen to America. And when they say it's okay to do certain things, we turn around and go do it.
Right.
That will make us drunk of her wine, drunk of her sin. We so blurred out, we blacked out behind her drunkenness. We don't even understand the truth.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
So the 7 heads is the 10 horns, and I'm glad Cat brought it. So you got the 7 heads, and y'all go write this down if y'all want.
Right.
You got England, Spain, Portugal, Germany, Russia, France, and Italy.
Right.
That's the 7 heads right there.
Right.
That's the 7 powers, to be exact.
Right.
So with the 7 powers, when you look at it from the context of America, America has so many people in their back pocket. America got what? Russia. America got all these little small allies and this and that. So America is a power with a support system. But with them 7 heads, it's 10 horns. And then, you got America, Austria, Scotland, all the way down. And do mind, all of these is European nations that
Damn
I'm talking
right.
about. There ain't no Chinese up in there. All of them are European nations.
Right.
So the devil, I gotta say it, the white man is the devil. The Bible says.
Damn right. Damn right.
Point blank. I mean, simple as that. So we gonna get back on that breeding in a minute.
Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Purple. Purple. Back then they thought purple. Well, they considered purple being royalty.
Right.
Purple. Go ahead.
And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
And decked with gold. Keep going.
Having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations.
So everything in that cup, if you know the scripture, abomination is anything that transgresses the law and what the Lord don't approve of. Right. So what's in her cup is full of abomination. And again, it goes to smoking cigarettes, it goes to voting, it goes to hating your brother, slandering your brother, backbiting, all these other little laws that y'all think y'all know or y'all do know.
Right.
Go ahead.
And filthiness of her fornication.
And her filthiness. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
There we go. I mean, that said it all.
Right.
I mean, it's pure point blank. So that was Revelation. All right. So I just had to put that out there real quick for y'all.
Right.
So now we going over to the brother Raquel Joe Florencio. And at this time, this brother was 7'2". That's a big brother.
Hell yeah.
They say he had big hands, big feet.
Right.
So, you know, the slave master looking at that. He had 249 kids. And 30% of the district of Sante Unidas, whatever in Brazil, those 30% is his lineage. Whether it's all the kids got grandkids, grandkids, but 30% of them is his kids.
Damn.
That's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, where we at? The average slave woman has kids every 2 years. So just think, like, the woman she started having sex at what, 14, 15? By the time she's 45, I mean, damn near she got a dozen. You know what I'm saying? Just in a way.
Okay.
So I'm just running down the line for y'all. The whole terminology sagging, you know, it didn't come from prison like we were told.
Right.
You know, it didn't come from what's the other terminology they said? Because I know they said one was from prison saying you're available. They saying when you sag, that means you're available, like, because you're drawing attention.
Right.
But to be honest, sagging came from when the oppressor butt break a male. He was ordered to walk around the village with his pants sagging. That's just something he had to do.
Right.
And that give everybody a notation like he's been taken.
Right.
Like I got destroyed him. That's where the whole terminology sagging come from.
Wow.
But you see how they try to spin and manipulate like, it's from the penitentiary.
Right.
But who leaves in the penitentiary? Black and brown. But that whole thing came from an oppressor who just can't keep his rod in his pants and do the things that's not abominable. That's where sagging comes from. Black man, don't do it, but don't be ashamed of it. It's not you. It's the devil.
Right.
So, continuing that, the most popular areas with this buck breaking or bull breaking was in the Caribbean, down in Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. And you know how them boys is. They don't play that down there with that. Them boys get wild with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Spotted boy.
see, they'll cut your head off. So that's the truth right there.
Right.
So yeah, it was popular in the Caribbean, but it wasn't always the white oppressor on the black man. Sometimes the oppressor made black men do it to other black men. Yeah, that's what's hell. And you know they often commit suicide just out of humiliation. So during this whole little process of them doing this whole slave breeding, what happened?
No, go ahead. I was just thinking about it. That's terrible, man. That oppressor is the devil, man.
Yeah, man.
God, if you just soak that in, brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
They did that here. They did that in the Caribbean, man. They did that all over the world to us, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to destroy us, brother, because they know what that'll do to a black man.
Right.
That's why we was one of the last ones to even try to accept it in our neighborhoods. They had to push that on us because we wasn't accepting of it at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Ooh,
heavy
right there.
God, like we wouldn't. Come on, now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'd be like, what, boy? You what? Nah.
Hey, tell that boy to step outside my yard.
Exactly.
Like, straight
Well,
up.
you a little too sweet. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Slock it.
That's right, man. And with this whole where we at? Slave breeding farm.
Right.
6,000 babies a year just off of that.
Wow.
That's a lot. Now, I'm gonna put their name out there. Type in the soft white underbelly, and you'll see. Look it up on YouTube.
Right.
And now, I'll give y'all a minute. Look it up on YouTube and type in incest family, and it's gonna be a family. I believe they in West Virginia or Virginia.
Oh, Salakia. Yeah, I seen them.
And I watched it a while ago, and actually watch all the clips, regardless if you get bored from it. Just watch it, listen, and you'll see what incest actually do. Do to the self. It's just like a pit bull. If two of the same breed, you know what I'm saying, do their thing. One gonna have a big eye, funny shaped head. So, but yeah, bringing that back to that incest, them is the devils.
Yeah.
Them the devil.
All right.
Y'all see what I mean?
No.
When y'all look it up, y'all gonna see what I mean.
Listen, that whole family tore up.
Right.
Like that, everybody retardo up in that thing.
Right.
The whole squad is retardo up in there. I was amazed at this thing. And of course, West Virginia,
Ain't nothing.
they cut off into them trees. Like, you don't know what's going on back there.
Right.
You let the devil loose, boy. He gonna do whatever he want to.
Man, right.
Yeah.
Hey, man, but that's the devil for you, bro.
Yeah.
That's the devil.
God.
We ain't even got no speech for him.
Right. And listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and we know this. Black people, Hispanic people, we know that they are the vilest creatures on the earth.
Right.
But we still follow them. What is that? You know what I mean? What is that? we still love them. We be like, oh, well, no, don't.
Still
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you can't say that. You know what I mean? Like, we be really taking up for this damn beast, man. Knowing they the beast.
He said, what is that?
Unbelievable. God, unbelievable.
All right. Oh, man. I feel like I missed something. But yeah, man. That was funny. So back to what I was saying about the whole church. They slave breeding. If you heard what that sister Glorilla, I know you heard her before.
Mm-hmm.
She said she got a membership at the clinic. And people just say, oh yeah, it's the membership. She going to get checked out. But I had to scroll down and see one of the sisters saying the membership at the clinic is if she get pregnant, she just gonna go abort the baby.
Right.
That's all it was. And even with Sexy Red, with the whole pregnancy, being pregnant by Drake, a little feminine. I don't call it feminine.
Right.
Even with the Section 8, Christianity tells sisters be promiscuous. They got multiple kids. Nick Cannon, Drake, Future, they ain't got no intention to take care of these sisters. All of this is slave breeding.
Right.
Because when the next generation come out, they gonna do the same thing.
Right.
Ain't nothing gonna change. Nothing gonna change. Can I get Malachi 1 and 2?
God.
Yeah, so nothing's gonna change. And if nothing's gonna change, we're gonna keep breeding the same slave. At least back then they had a little more dignity and respect and honor amongst themselves. Now it's like we got the resources to learn something or just to get something, but we ain't using them.
Right.
We using Instagram for the box. We using Twitter for damn fight scenes.
Right.
I mean, what is it?
Right.
What is it? What? You got it?
Khan. Hey, Salaki. Hey, Shalom, y'all Shema Thaba Shimi Al Shah said that's Sister Kazak in the building. Book of Malachi, chapter 1, you say verse 2.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
So the Lord loved us. Just slow it down so I can break this down to him.
Khan.
Go ahead.
Let's start it over. I have loved you, saith the Lord.
The Lord said he loved you. The Lord loves you. And out of love, he going to take care of you. But out of good love, he also going to let whatever you go through because you want to be rebellious, you going to go through it alone.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
But we have the audacity to say, oh, do the Lord really love us?
Right.
Like old dog off of, what was it? Whatever that Minister Society. He even said, do God really care? Because if he cared, he wouldn't have MFs getting smoked every night.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. But we have the audacity to question, Lord, do he love us? What are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing for him to show love to us?
Right.
Well, come on. You can't be out here, just clubbing every day, not doing all your diligence and your responsibility, and you expect the Lord to give out a helping hand.
Right.
He does love you, but
Right.
he just let you go through the hell you got to go through.
Right.
Just like a good father. Go ahead.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau.
So the Lord is telling you that he loves you. You questioning him, but he let you know again, I love you. And I hate Esau.
Right.
You know why? Because of what he done to you. But the reason why the Lord gonna allow Esau to do what he doing to us right now, because the Lord put a hedge around Esau.
Damn
He
right.
allowed nobody to be able to harm Esau. And let me say, because some of y'all don't know, the Lord allowed nobody to be able to harm the white man. Period. If you harm the white man, the Lord gonna let the white man do his thing.
Right.
Being his natural wild nature is to kill, destroy, rape, rob, murder. So
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. And laid his mountains Salakia, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
All right, we good on that.
Come.
So I get Romans 10 and 1.
Come.
So what are we doing for the Lord to actually show that he loves us? He told us he do. But the reason why he's not going to act upon it because you're disobedient.
Right.
You every time you come to the Lord is give me. Oh, I lost my brother. I lost my mama. Lord, why? The Lord ain't hearing that.
Right.
The Lord ain't hearing that.
Right.
Because maybe if you would have been a good brother or sister, maybe your mom would still be here. Your dad would still be here. But the Lord's going to allow that to happen. And maybe he might just allow your daughter to be the next sex slave. The breed sex slave, whatever. Because you don't want to listen. Good?
I want to say, Zeron Mills said that's our oppression. You know what I'm saying? Following others. I
Right.
guess that, following others is why we're in oppression, right?
Matter of fact, hold that, get Zephaniah 2:1. I'm glad that brother said that. At the water. Yeah, so what are we doing to change the outcome of what our people go through?
Right.
Like, explain it. Because you know what the oppressor doing. The oppressor, he doing everything he's supposed to do. He making sure he keep you at the bottom of the bottom. He makes sure you working in 12, 16 hours to where you can't even get up or get over on anything.
Right.
He don't give you enough time out the day to say, I'm going to be something today.
Right.
I'm going to build myself up to something. He don't give you that time. But guess what? You can take that time if you work with your people and come together.
Right.
That's what you can do. If you can be with your brother and sister righteously and counsel each other one-on-one as brother and sister, maybe we can get somewhere.
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
The nation that gets raped.
O nation not desired.
The nation that becomes unalived.
O nation not desired.
Section 8 nation.
O nation not desired.
Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the nation that is not desired.
Right.
Nobody wants to be us. Excuse me. Everybody wants to be us. Nobody wants to have our skin color.
Right.
Period. When it's time for a cop to pull you over, nobody want to be that black man sitting in that driver's seat.
Right.
Period. When it's time for a sister to get off at work, nobody want to be that black sister walking to a car at night by herself.
Right.
Nobody want to be them. But everybody else, they want all our values and our gifts. You know, our style, our hair. You know what I'm saying? Our goals. You know what I'm saying? Our sex appeal. They want all of that. You know, they want to look. I mean, look at all these goddamn nasty ass Taco Bells around here.
Right.
They ain't no real tacos, man.
Right.
Come on, these KFC, they ain't no real goddamn chicken from a black person.
Right.
Come on. I mean, you got what? Well, what's that Jamaican spot you took to? I think when I first got here.
Oh yeah, right off the east.
Yeah, man, come on. A damn heathen running the goddamn Jamaican spot.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be like us, but don't nobody want to do what we got to do. Go ahead.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
So gather yourself together before that the Lord bring that wrath. For you feel the wrath of the goddamn Lord.
Right.
You gonna feel it. Because right now what's going on in Israel and Hamas right now, they just feeling a little figment of what the Lord got going on. We ain't get hit with it yet. Right. We ain't get hit with it yet. Once we get hit with it, milk gonna be that damn $30.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right.
16 piece chicken wing gonna be $45.
Right.
That's when Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians gonna feel it.
Right.
Because once we pay all our bills, we got enough just for 1 meal a week, 2 meals a week.
Right.
Probably don't even got the gas to go to and fro to your job.
Right.
Come on, that's gonna be the wrath of the Lord, and not only that, you're gonna have oppressors kicking down your door, ravaging our women again because men don't want to be men.
Right.
It's security is women. You know, you're gonna have brothers out here being homosexual when they need to be standing up like this brother right here. Come on, I'm gonna brag on you real quick, and you can truly say you're a real soldier for the Lord when you can come out the white man military and then go look the military white man in the face and say you the goddamn devil.
That's right.
Like that's when you know you're a real soldier.
Right.
When you go put down that I'm about to cut.
Go
put
ahead,
down that garbage.
Right.
You know that whole and you start talking about Babylon is falling.
Right.
That's when you can truly say that you're a warrior for the Lord, man.
Right.
But you got homosexual brothers out here twerking and gyrating next door, skinny jeans on. You know what I'm saying? XYZ.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Right.
The Lord's gonna bring that wrath when you wear them skinny jeans on, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. And since you wanna gyrate up in magic, the Lord gonna bring that wrath right up in there. Cause you might be the last one left up in there.
Damn right. No, listen, you so right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this place is going to fall.
Goddamn right.
And when this internet turns off, like when this Instagram, this Facebook, and this TikTok turns off, this is when you're going to have to really turn up.
Right.
This is when you really going to have to see what really these people got. You understand? When everything just start falling apart out.
Right.
You understand? Like, now you're going to be listening like, where's those brothers and sisters at, man? That was just so righteous.
Right.
Where's the head covered up? You know what I'm saying? The sisters with the head coverings at.
Right.
You know, they got this word and they got into this truth. You understand? Where were you at?
Right.
Still in that Christian church. You understand? Still playing that old tambourine, that organ. You know, all that good old singing. Hey, all that's gone now. All that is gone. You understand? So you damn right, sir. That shit's a lot.
mean, hey,
Yeah,
100%
man.
right,
Right
man.
on it.
You gotta, you start from the top on that again.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
So just gather yourself together, man. And I know in the black community, it's so hard to say, oh, I'm gonna turn the other cheek and I'm gonna make men's meet with my brother. Your brother ain't the enemy, man. And we all still go, even when I'm in the truth, I could be in Walmart and walk past a brother and give him a respectable head nod, and I still get that sour look like, I mean, that's my brother. And he don't understand that. He don't understand the spirit that the Lord put upon us through Commander General Hunter.
Right.
This is your brother, man.
Right.
Gather yourself together. If it's a beef, go talk to him one-on-one.
Right.
Period. And if it is an issue and y'all can't get it together, go to somebody who actually means some good amongst both of you. Like that's how we gonna gather together. First we need to drop all the old beef and make sure everything good in the back, and then we can look forward.
Right.
Go ahead.
Salakia. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
So again, when we get angry, we see red.
Right.
You can't tell a Judite or Isupk nothing, or a Gadite nothing when they mad.
Right.
You know, when they angry, it's just action. Do what you got to do. Now imagine nobody can stop it, Lord.
Right.
But imagine the Lord just angry and he just said, you know what? Christ just flipped the table. I'm about to flip every goddamn thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just imagine the Lord saying, I'm about to just start destroying people. You know what I'm saying? I'm blackout right now.
Right.
Power surge right now.
Right.
You know, just think, all the fish in the sea right now just die.
Right.
Period. A black cloud, what we gonna do? I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm about to sit my ass right up in here and wait.
And this is the only place you need to be, huh?
Right.
Like that's the reason why we get these sanctuaries all over the place. We get these schools so you can come in here and be safe, huh?
Right.
You understand? Me and my rib was talking about that the other night. Like this the reason why we get a school, huh?
Right.
When stuff go down, when stuff hit the fan, everybody should know, man, head to the school. You understand? Lights go out, water go out, things starting to hit the fan, go to the school. Everybody needs to meet up at the school. That's the point of getting these places. So we can come here, we have a guards outside, everything else is gonna come together. You understand? But people don't understand that, huh?
Right.
Listen, when stuff hit the fan, they don't go to that Christian church, huh? They close the doors to that Christian church.
Right.
You understand? The pastor don't even let you in, huh?
Right.
You understand? The pastor, like, what was it? When Corona came, they shut them places down, huh? When the damn hurricanes be coming through and wiping out cities, and they closed them doors, huh? You understand? So you can't even put your faith in them damn pastors, huh?
Man.
You know what I mean? That's why we build these places. So everybody bring their kids. Hey, yeah, meet up at the schools. They meet up at the school. Because this is what it's for.
Right.
You understand?
And
Go ahead,
It's crazy that you say that because they shut the door when COVID come. But you would think if things is going wrong in the world, why are y'all having church outside?
Right.
I mean, where's the safety at when it comes to that?
It ain't safe outside.
I mean, come on.
It's got to be the Lord's house is safe, right? It's the Lord's house.
No, I mean, that's right, though.
Right? You're supposed to be inside the Lord's house if you want cover and safety.
Right.
You understand? Hey, shalom. Y'all Bashim, y'all Shabbarakatah, the one. Captain Yagar in the building. You understand? Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
You got any more comments on that?
No, that's it. Oxalaki. I got Romans, what is that? You said 10-1 or 11-1?
10-1.
It's kind of, you know what I mean? Like we got to wake up, man, and start coming together. Cause listen, man, you gonna be out here blind.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let the lights in the internet go out.
Right.
Ooh, you know how many black men and women are just blind out here, don't know which way to go out. Lord have mercy.
And right around that time, brothers that selling drugs, y'all ain't gonna be worried about trying to get that dollar at that last minute.
Lord,
you gonna look for a safe sanctuary.
Oh my goodness, man.
Either you gonna bury yourself in the house with guns,
right,
or you gonna be out here looking for a brother, even with sisters. You ain't worried about them damn nails and no hair at that time. I mean, come on, your hands gonna be looking like my hands.
Damn right.
I mean, you ain't gonna be worried about that. Them nails ain't gonna save you.
That's still late.
And guess what?
Right.
You can't go to them Chinese people that you pay the nails and say, "Can you help me?" You know they do because they going back home.
Damn right. They going to their neighborhood, to their sanctuary, right there around their own people.
Straight
you
up.
understand? And I would hate to see a black man or a black woman that has an oppressor as a wife or as a husband. Where you going, huh? Where you going when you done married to the damn oppressor? Where you going?
They gonna do something.
Ooh. You talking about going to Jimmy Bob's house and ooh.
And you gonna eat his food
Oof.
with his white woman?
And y'all got to sit up in that thing with no lights. Y'all can walk around with candles. I can't do it.
Nah.
Not around them damn oppressors.
Right. Wake up with a carrot in you.
Oof.
Hey, you know how they is, man.
God. He said, put a
I'm just saying, you know how they get, man.
God, like they ready to listen, man. Don't let it be a food shortage. Oh, they damn sure gonna eat you out.
Dark meat.
That ooh, put that dark meat. They got the best grills out. They got the best cookers. They got everything. Boy, Jeffrey Dahmer ain't the only one.
Oh no, he ain't. There's a lot more.
Boy, they will eat us. They will eat us, man. This is a beast, brother.
Straight up.
Salakia,
No,
man.
you good.
Yeah. Salakia. The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1. You know what I mean? Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved.
That Israel would be saved from being raped, robbed, and murdered. From out the Section 8. You know what I'm saying? From all the bad situations we went through as a people through history.
Right.
And do mind, Christian, it ain't an individual thing. When it says Israel, the Lord understands all of the Israelites going through it.
Right.
I never got hung by a tree.
Right.
I ain't get beat by a white mob. You know what I'm saying? But my ancestors, they went through.
Right.
And I got to reap the benefits of what's yet to come because of what they went through. So the Lord said Israel to be saved, not Ham. You know what I mean? Not everybody, not XYZ and the so-called 13th tribe Jewish man. Nah, I'm talking about Israel.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. For I bear them record that they may have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
You got these Christians. Let me take these rings.
Come
off.
on now. Come
See,
on.
you got TDJ. He got the will. It said the will.
The zeal.
The zeal of God.
God.
But
not according to knowledge.
So T.D. Jackson, and matter of fact, our grandmama went to church and had the zeal, knowing she was gonna praise the Lord. She gonna give her last dollar,
Right.
and pray that she get a good seed that come out of that.
Right.
Grandma had a good zeal, but not in knowledge. Grandma didn't know that the Christian church is the mark of the beast.
Right.
Grandma didn't know the Christian church is a damn dirty syringe.
Right.
You know what I mean? A damn strip club.
Right.
And everything else. Grandma didn't know. She didn't have that knowledge, but her zeal was good.
Right.
We always had good zeal. Even in the cotton field, we had good zeal.
Right.
We just didn't know no better. You know, I ain't gonna say no better. I'm not gonna give them all that.
Right.
We didn't choose to know better.
Right.
You know, we got the zeal. Black folks say we spiritual.
Man.
We going on these spiritual journeys and doing all this and that on YouTube. Every time you get on YouTube now, it's somebody black talking about some form of spiritual journey and why they so much godly.
Right.
But what the hell? Who the hell are you? I mean, what are you doing?
Right.
I mean, you got the zeal of it, but not the knowledge.
Right.
Your knowledge ain't doing nothing.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness.
So you're ignorant of God's righteousness. When the Lord say we're not supposed to smoke. You know when one of you crackheads say, well, it's natural. You know what I'm saying? It was given from the earth. God gave it. I mean, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
You're ignorant. You don't know. I mean, you're still a child.
Right.
Go ahead.
And going about to establish their own righteousness.
In your own righteousness. Like, this is what really get me about Christian God. Well, I know you're going to charm me.
Come on.
Oh, we got to worry about our own salvation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what else? What else?
Right.
You got to worry about yourself. You know, God could judge me. Who is you? I mean, what is all that?
Right.
What is all that?
Right.
Go ahead.
No, you're right. Because, listen, in that church, they are selfish. You understand? They really don't love each other inside of that church. They don't love each other.
Right.
They steady trying to outdo each other in there versus helping each other. You understand? There's people in there that really got, like you said, a zeal to know the Most High.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you're around nothing but damn wolves, you trying to see who trying to come for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that pulls you into all of that trash and all of that backbiting and talking about each other and all that. So that's why, you know, people run up out of there, because it's like, man, you can't learn nothing in there. Ain't nothing but a song and a dance,
Right.
I didn't come here for that.
No, right.
You understand?
I mean, even with the Muslims, we ain't forget about y'all, brother.
Right.
I understand when people think about Muslims, the first thing they think about black, or
Right.
brown, or we from over there. But I mean, what are young Muslims doing too?
Right.
You don't see the black Muslim got zeal, but they ain't got enough zeal to go strap a bomb to themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know, oh, my God's black, but which God?
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Anything else?
Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
So you're not submitting to the righteousness of God. The Lord said, don't be smoking and don't do all these other abominations. The 613 commandments we shouldn't break. You shouldn't be doing it. But, you know what I'm saying? I can get tongue tied on it. It's like that was long.
It says, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
So you don't even want to listen to what the Lord is saying is actually righteous.
Right.
Even with the Christian church, that's the old law.
Right.
But even just having some form of mental fortitude, you can realize eating pork chop is actually just unclean.
Right.
Or strip is just unclean. You know what I'm saying? Or being homosexual is just unclean.
Right.
You can't even submit to just the basic knowledge that Google gives you. Go ahead.
Verse 4. You want to go to verse 4?
I mean, if I can use it, I will.
It says, for Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth.
We good.
Okay.
So yeah, we got a few more. We got 3 more precepts. I get Obadiah 182.
Come on.
I'm mad I can't find that article, man. That young sister. Real about.
Where was she at?
Thomas Jefferson. Like, I actually had a breakdown on it, like, probably closed out the tab by accident.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them.
So Esau's house, it will be stubble. It will be nothing.
Right.
Nothing else. Go ahead.
And devour them. And there shall be Salaki, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
So there's not going to be anything of Esau. When our kids get, matter of fact, when our kids get older, you know, pray the Most High that the Lord come, you know, sooner than later.
Right.
You know, our kids will be in school, in college, saying professor or teacher, history teacher. Why have you heard of Edomites before?
Right.
or Esau?
Right.
It's in the Bible.
Right.
And then just break it down to them.
Right.
You know what they're going to say? Yeah, that used to be a people. You know, they got destroyed from the Lord. They're liars. They're thieves. They were just wicked Vikings.
Right.
Like, go ahead. I feel like you got something to say.
For the Lord has spoken it. You know what I mean? Verse 19. And they that Salakia, and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain the Philistines.
All right, yeah, we good.
Kind.
So it's gonna be a point.
No, go ahead.
It's going to be a point in time in history,
Right.
just like we look at the dinosaurs and all this, like, dang, the dinosaurs really that tall?
Right.
We're going to be looking at Esau like, was that the man?
Right.
Was that the man?
Right.
Like, our kids are really going to wonder and ask this question, hey, granddaddy, you remember? Yeah, you know, I remember Donald Trump before, man. He was orange.
Yeah.
He wasn't even white. He was orange.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to break it down to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord needs to eradicate Esau, man. He's like a cancer to the body. And if you want to help cancer, what you do? Cut off whatever limb you're going to.
Right.
Because if you don't, they say, you know, it moves up to your bladder, moves up to your heart, then boom.
Like, yeah, like it's gonna be a sad day when we gotta explain this out. You know what I'm saying? Like your grandkids come and be like, Papa. You know what I mean? And you like, yeah. How do these people get over us?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to break it down like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't doing what the Most High said to do.
Damn
make
right.
sure you don't make this mistake. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason for it. Just make sure you don't make this mistake. You know what I mean? Because listen, you know, the Lord will punish you. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be it's gonna be a beautiful day, brother. When we have to, you know, break it down quite flat to him. I'm waiting on that day, y'all.
Man, look, tell my kid, hey, you want one? They rare, but I'll find you. We can buy one. We can buy one.
They gonna be like little rare little poodles out here, man.
15.5.
Right.
16.5.
Selling them for them. Oh man.
You're gonna have insurance on Esau.
Damn right. You know
Man,
what I'm
let me
saying?
get Revelation 11 and 11.
God. Yeah, they gonna be rare.
Yeah, man. So with this whole abomination thing and like what we drinking from the cup from America, you know, what's in that cup is also, you know, religion, fornication, being an Uncle Tom,
right?
You know, a bed wench, you know, this whole Christianity teaches our people how to play victim or have a victim mindset, and we need to come out of that victim mindset,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to accept being a victim all the time, then you're just going to accept sin. And we have to understand that we can't do that.
Right.
Go ahead.
You said 11:11?
11:11.
The book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 11. After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Verse 12.
So these people right now, these great people, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians standing on their feet,
right,
and start at that little piece. Fear, I think it was fear.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
So when you see that this glorious warrior right here walking down the road, and Esau just looking like, we can't do nothing with this. We can't do nothing with them. You see Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians getting off of drugs, getting off the stripping poles,
right,
you know, actually coming together, banding together, working with each other. Fear is going to fall.
Damn right.
That's why they destroyed Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's why they destroyed Wilmington, North Carolina. That's why they destroyed Chicago, Illinois.
Right.
Because we were actually growing, and they fell victim to fear.
Right.
They knew if we allow these spits and savages and Negroes come together, these people going to be better than us. These people going to be greater than us.
Damn right.
So what they do? Burn it down.
Damn right.
They burn it down. They destroy us left and right, each and every way they can. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud.
All right, so we got to understand, them people going to have great fear on their face.
Right.
Like, period, point blank. They got fear on their face when it's just one black man walking into a store when it's 10 of them white.
Right.
And that's fear already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got a fear when they have, which I ain't saying is right, and don't go do it, because whatever happens to you.
Right.
And they even got a fear when they see a black man walking with a white woman. That's fear. Like, God damn, they taking our women now.
Right.
You know, that's what it is.
Right.
Why you think oppressors pull their guns so quick on black men? 5, 6 oppressors on one black man, and you still got to pull a gun.
Right.
That sounds like a coward, man. Let me say that. It sounds like a bitch.
Right.
You know, I'm going to say it like that.
No, you right on the money. Where we at, Art?
We got one more, and then we're going to close out. Deuteronomy 21:11.
God.
Yeah, man, just a coward. I mean,
just think about a brother just walking around with a pistol on this holster. Yo,
Like,
it's legal. You understand? Listen, man, we can't get away with that in here. They scared of a black man with a gun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Crazy, bro.
You said 21:11?
21:11.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 11. And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife.
All right, so like now, real quick, no, it's right.
Okay.
Because also the article that I was missing, you know what I'm saying? I had 2 precepts for it. But this right here, I'm gonna break it down because you got fake Israelites and you got Christians that believe and feel as if Israelites just want to pay back the oppressor off of their white women. And you got fake Israelites that actually teach that it's okay to sexually abuse white women in the kingdom or heathen. But let me break this precept down to you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife.
So at this time, you know, a lot of time North Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom used to go to war with each other a lot, you know, because we were just rebellious people. And even in this precept, if we see a woman and we held her captive, go ahead.
Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails.
So when we bring her to the house and she shaves her hair and you know, clean up her nails, it's so she can get all that rubble, all that smut, that dust and gravel and all that other nasty stuff that come along with going to war. So she could clean herself up. Go ahead.
And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thy house.
So all that stuff that she came in, that dirty dress and dirty socks or whatever it is, she takes all of that off and put on a new piece of apparel. What was that? And stay in the house?
And shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and mother a full month.
So she is allowed to, is supposed to stay in the house so she can go through that mourning stage of losing her family.
Right.
This is what it's talking about, not physically taking what they call it, concubine, or taking one and then just ravage it. No, it's not saying that.
Right.
You got to give that woman the time to weep and to understand it. You know, come back to.
Right.
Because when you go into war, I mean, this brother been in it. You know what I'm saying? We know people that come back from war got PTSD. You know, they can't sleep at night. They got to get all this type of assistance.
Right.
You know, they drunk. They suicide thoughts. Go ahead.
And after that, thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
So now go in doesn't mean physically take her and go in. What you're gonna do, you're gonna go up to this woman and let her know, like, hey, everything all right, everything good.
Right.
And it's gonna be to time to where that give her the option
Right.
to want to be with you, not just going into it.
Right.
Because hell, you take a woman out the street nowadays. 9 times out of 10, she gonna thug it out with you. You help her build herself up. She gonna thug it out with you, and she's gonna appreciate the man that you are to help her get out the hell that she was once in.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will.
Now see, this is what the fake Israelites would say. Go into her, and if you have no delight, that sounds just like what the oppressor was doing. Go into her, and the box ain't no good, so I'm just gonna leave.
Right.
No, it start from that one part again.
Verse 14. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will.
So if you ain't really feeling she ain't your style, y'all courted, you know what I'm saying, y'all was holding it down for each other, and she really ain't your style, you don't want to marry her, allow that woman to leave and go in peace.
Right.
Go ahead.
But thou shalt not sell her at all for money.
But you shouldn't sell her. You shouldn't. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not make merchandise of her.
And Salaki on that too. And when it says you should not sell her, because a lot of guys nowadays, I'll pay for the meal, what you got for me at the end. So you can't sell that woman like she a prostitute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I helped you, you know what I'm saying? This is what you got to do. You can't do that. Go ahead.
Because thou hast humbled her.
Because you're humble. Keep going.
If a man have 2 wives, one be loved, and okay, come on.
And what was that last one? It was Ephesians with the your slave master.
Ephesians 6, is it 6?
No, it was. I just had it too. It was obey your masters. I know it's Ephesians 5, I think.
I think it's Ephesians right around there. Ephesians 5.
It's 9. It was like servants obey your masters.
Yeah, I got it here. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 5.
Okay, now this is another thing when it came to slavery, with this whole slave breeding, sex breeding. This is what those slave masters really thought, and they instilled into our people. So when our people actually looked at it, they was looking at it from a sense of, well, this is what the Bible say. This is what the Lord, put in front of us, because we're better off being taken care of. Meaning you weren't being taken care of. You were being lied to.
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh.
And when y'all hear servant, don't think of just slave. We all go clock in 9 to 5, 8 to 4. I mean, we're just a servant to our job.
Right.
And a servant and a slave, it's the same thing, but I just don't want to word because I want y'all to understand it. A servant is nothing but a slave.
Right.
A slave ain't nothing but a servant. Just an employee.
Right.
That's it. Go ahead.
With fear and trembling, in singleness of your heart, as unto Christ.
So obey your master, just like as it feels Christ. Just paraphrase it. Go ahead.
Not with eye service, as man pleasers.
Not as eye service and man pleaser. Just don't do it because of somebody around. You want rank. You want a hand clap. You know what I'm saying? You want to be applauded. You want to be seen.
Right.
Because it really don't. Who gives a damn if you're seen?
Right.
The Lord knows. The Lord sees it.
Right.
So if nobody else see it, allow the Lord to do His diligence.
Right.
Go ahead.
But as the servants of Christ, doing the will of the Most High from the heart.
Doing it from the heart. Don't do it because you want to be seen or you think you're somebody. Because, you know what I'm saying, when bad looks run out, you're going to realize you ain't nothing but you just like the next person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just, now you're broke. Now your heart broken.
Right.
Now your box used up. Now you in jail because you wanted to prove a point.
Right.
Go ahead.
With goodwill doing service as to the Lord and not to men. Verse 8, knowing that whatsoever good thing any doeth, Salakia, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bound or free.
So if you a slave or you free, if you doing it right on the terms of the Lord's gonna bless you.
Right.
Like that's period point blank. And you got brothers right now in the penitentiary, but I'm pretty sure the Lord's still blessing the brothers that's in the school that's in the penitentiary.
Right.
Obviously. You know what I'm saying? You can be in a bad situation and the Lord's still gonna bless you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 9, and ye masters, do the same things unto them.
Oh, so a lot of people always saying, servant, obey your master. So what happened to this? So if this is so true, though, that just clarifies it that the oppressor took a bunch of precepts out and just served verse 5 to these slaves.
Right. Keep going. Verse 9, and ye masters, do the same things unto them, forbearing threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven.
All right, we good. We good. So today, man, my topic was slave breeding farming, man. And also with that, you know, the whole butt breaking breeding. That all go hand in hand, man. And what I'm just telling y'all is, like Zephaniah 2:1 said, our people need to come together, man. O nation not desire.
Right.
Because again, it's more to life than the Christian goddamn church. You know what I mean? And trust me, you'll see more of life when you get out of the Christian church.
Right.
That's what you have to understand, man. The Muslim mosque, you know what I'm saying, being free spirited, smoking the weed and doing whatever you want to do ain't gonna help you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't make your own salvation like these people say. You know? But I'm about to go ahead and close the class out. I keep forgetting which line to read.
That first one, put a check mark. That first one, and Khan, and then Trooper Program. Well, yeah. We can get this one to 1, 2, 3, and then that's it.
Slide, y'all. Alright. ISUPK announcement. Shalom, y'all about Shem Shot to the brothers. We are the ISUPK. Started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. The ISUPK is the home of the truth. When a brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If a brother has an interest in a sister in his school, he is to seek permission from the head to speak to her. If he or she needs transportation to a class, the teacher will arrange it. Tithe is a commandment from the Most High. Malachi 3:8-10, Numbers 18:20 through 21. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, paid to the ISUPK. Either give the teacher in class or mail your check money order to the ISUPK. Send your tithes and donation to the Israelite School of UPK P.O. Box 11, Upper Darby, PA 19082. Right. For the trooper, for anyone who wants to become a trooper in the school, for 90 days, a brother wears all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and war star to get in the spirit of warfare. This is protocol, even if you are attending class online and not physically in a school of the ISUPK. A trooper is not allowed nor authorized to teach or battle. They are to attend class and learn only. With that, let's conclude my class. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua to the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Thabah Shem Yahshua to the sisters. Shalom.